China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking.
Welcome to my box score breakdown of the Buffalo Bills versus the Carolina Panthers. Final score was 40-9, and the Buffalo Bills increased their record to 5-2 and 2-1 away. Carolina Panthers fall to 4-4 and 3-1 at home. So that was their first home loss this year. So we'll go through the box score and the team stats. Let's start with the Buffalo Bills passing. We have Josh Allen. He started, obviously. He went 12 for 19, 163 yards, 1 touchdown, and took 2 sacks for 20 yards. And then Trubisky came in 2 for 4 towards the end of the game after, it was a blowout by the end of the third quarter. So he came in to finish off the day. And, Josh Allen kind of struggled this game, but it didn't matter because their run game was so good. Only 12 for 19. They didn't ask him to do too much. Maybe that's a good thing moving on later into the year where we're going to need his running, and maybe he'll figure out what's going on in the pass game here, but hasn't looked too good for the last couple games. Maybe they'll make a trade for a wide receiver or something. Move over to Carolina's passing. We have Andy Dalton. He started this game for Bryce Young because he was hurt. So he went 16 for 24, 175 yards, and 1 interception. And it took 7 sacks for 45 yards. Wow, I didn't realize it was 7. But yeah, Andy Dalton had a rough game. Just didn't play good at all. Now we see why Bryce Young is the starter over him. Well, Andy Dalton is almost 40. Maybe he might be 40 years old. I'm not sure. But yeah, not a great game for him, obviously. Buffalo Bills rushing. James Cook led the way, 19 carries for 216 yards and 2 touchdowns. And his long was 64 yards. So wow, what a game for James Cook. And that was like the 6th most rushing yards in Bills history. There's 4 games of O.J. Simpson having over this amount, and then 1 game with Cookie Gilchrist, I heard on the radio. So that's pretty crazy that James Cook had one of the best rushing games for the Bills ever. And this was like by the end of the third quarter. He could have played more, but it was a blowout, so it didn't matter. He probably could have gotten 300 or more. Ray Davis came in, and took 9 carries for 16 yards. Still looking to see more from him. And Josh Allen only ran 3 times for 7 yards. 2 of them were QB sneak touchdowns, so he had 2 touchdowns there. Ty Johnson, 4 for 6, and again, hoping to see more from him as well. Carolina's rushing. We had Rico Dowdle. He was like averaging 200 yards per game the last couple games or something, but he only had 8 carries for 54 yards on a 24-yard long. Chuba Hubbard, he and Rico Dowdle kind of share the backfield. He went 12 for 34, yikes, and 1 touchdown. Trevor Etienne, 4 for 16. Yeah, not much after that. Dalton ran a couple times and fumbled, actually. But we'll get to that in a bit. Bills receiving, Khalil Shakir. He's always Mr. Consistent. He always has like 5 or 6 catches. And, hey, he had 81 yards. But, yeah, one of them was a 54-yarder for a touchdown there. So, hell of a game for him. Keon Coleman, hoping to see more from him. 3 catches on 4 targets for 30 yards. Oh, yeah, and Shakir was out of 7 targets. So, yeah, good game for him. Kincaid didn't play much. He just had that 1 catch, I remember, early in the game on 3rd down. It was a key. Once they hit that, it was over from there. It was just James Cook the rest of the way, basically. 1 catch out of 3 targets, so not great, but I did hear he was pretty injured, so he only played 14 snaps in the whole game. Dawson Knox 1 for 15. It's Dawson Knox. He gets a catch here and there. Jackson Hawes, the rookie, 2 catches for 15 yards on 3 targets, but he's mostly there for blocking. Elijah Moore, hoping to see more from him. Only 1 catch, 14 yards on 4 targets. And then Ray Davis, 0 catches for 1 target. And, hey, Curtis Samuel played in this game, but he didn't even make the box score. That's how, just hoping to see Curtis Samuel can, be a factor for this team in any way. He's just not doing anything. And Josh Palmer's injured, so they need to figure out something here with their pass game. Either trade for someone or someone's got to step up, or maybe even Gabe Davis bring him up from the practice squad. We'll see. Tet McMillan, rookie wide receiver, looks promising. Had 7 catches for 99 yards on 10 targets. Really was the only one that was able to do anything in this game for Carolina. Jalen Coker, 3 for 36 on 4 targets. Sanders, 3 for 19 on 3 targets. I don't know why I didn't want to say his first name. Jatavion. Okay, there we go. It wasn't that bad. Whenever I see an apostrophe, I kind of avoid it. But anyway, so Jatavion Sanders, 3 catches for 19 yards on 3 targets. Xavier Legette, 2 for 17 on 3 targets. And then, whatever, these guys. So, Bills fumbled twice. Or no, they recovered 2 fumbles here. Benford recovered 1, Deion Walker. And they were from Andy Dalton. He fumbled twice, lost both of them. He also recovered a fumble. I don't know. Maybe Corbett fumbled and he recovered that one. I don't know. Let me know if you know down below. Bills defense, Dorian Williams led the way, 8 tackles. He was just there to stop the run. 8 tackles. Cole Bishop, 7 tackles. Joe Andreessen played a lot, 7 tackles. That's good to see. Let's see if anything stands out. Hancock, he played a lot too. He's a safety, young safety. Poyer played a lot too. Okay, here we go. Yeah, AJ Epineza, 1 sack. Greg Rousseau sack, Ed Oliver sack, and Epineza had that interception for almost touchdown. Michael Hoyt, new guy that came back from being suspended the first 6 games. He had 1.5 sacks, so good game for him coming out. Larry Ogunjobi, also same case, 6-game suspension, so good to see those guys. Unfortunately, Ed Oliver got injured in this game, might be out for the year, so kind of rough there that we get Ogunjobi and Hoyt but lose Oliver, so what the hell. Joey Bosa also had a sack. Deion Walker had half a sack. Jordan Poyer had a sack. Man, everyone had a sack. All the defensive line. That's crazy. It was all defensive line, I think. Epineza, Rousseau, Oliver. Yeah, all defensive line guys. That's kind of cool. Walker and Phillips, yeah. All defensive line sacks. That's kind of funny. All right, so Carolina defense, Roseboom had 12 tackles for 2 tackles for loss as well. Trevon Wallace had a sack. Nick Scorton had half a sack. Ashawn Robinson half a sack. So, yeah, they got in there a little bit, but whatever. They didn't do anything like the Bills did. Carolina had 0 interceptions. A.J. Epineza had that interception. That was so cool. He read that play so well. He knew that they were going to do a screen. He kind of jumped the gap there and right on the snap and jumped up and actually knocked the ball down first and then kicked it back up to himself and then caught it and then ran for 24 yards down to the 1-yard line. He almost got in there. That would have been cool to see him get in. But, okay, Curtis Samuel did some kick returning. Not going to go over kick returning that much. Wow. Trevor Etienne, 4 for 100. Wow. Seems like a lot. I don't know if that's a typo or something, but whatever. Punts, kicking. Prater was 4 for 5 on extra points, 2 for 2 on field goals. Fitzgerald, 1 for 2 on field goals, and 0 for 1 extra points. Rough game for that kicker. Prater missed an extra point. Got to be better. Sam Martin had a lot of punt yardage, 4 for 211. That's funny. Hey, Wisnowski had 146. So, all right, let's go up to team stats now. So we got that. All right, Bills won on first downs. Passing first downs were about the same. Rushing first downs, though, that's where they killed them. 12 first downs. Penalties, yeah, not good. Efficiency from third down, 7 for 12. That's pretty good. Anything over 50% is good for third down usually. Carolina, 4 for 11, so just under, but 1 for 1 on fourth down. So, hey, about the same amount of plays. That's interesting. Okay, total yardage, Bills beat them by like 170. Actually, surprised that they had that much. It must have been the turnovers that really killed Carolina, obviously. We'll get to that. Total drives, Carolina had an extra drive. Yards per play, 6.8 to 4.1. That's huge. Passing was like about the same, honestly. 1 interception, though. 7 sacks. Yeah, oof. Rushing, 35 attempts to 28, 7 yards per carry, 4.1. That's a huge difference, actually. Red zone, 2 for 3, and then 1 for 2. Penalties, 7 for 60. Ooh, Bills got to get better. And Carolina only had 4 for 20, so good game for them penalty-wise. But here is the real game, is the turnovers. They had 3. 2 of them were fumbles. 1 of them was interception. Bills won the time of possession by 7 minutes. So, yep, Bills really crushed them. So, yeah, 40-9 shows right there. So, yeah, good game for the Bills. This was a fun game. I like going over it with you. Let me know down in below if you have anything to add to this. That'd be cool. And yeah, go Bills.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking.